Hello. So a couple of days ago, I made a post asking whether or not y'all would like me to do occasional story times and rants on the channel, and a majority of y'all actually said that y'all would like me to do them, which I really wasn't expecting. I'm not gonna lie to you. And so I decided, what better way to start off than to tell the very traumatic and horrifying experience I had playing musical chairs. Also, I know this mic is probably terrible. I'm using the Apple headphones, though, the ones that they used to come with. Hey, bro, I'm still in the trenches, but we gonna make it out one day. Just give it a little second. Anyway, I'm gonna quit hula hollering. Let's just get into it. So one thing to note about me is that I come from a very African family. I'm talking about jollof rice with suya or fufu with the goosey soup for dinner every day type of family. And I'll tell you, I'll tear that thing up every time. I don't care. And another thing to note is, for some reason, every other week, me and my family would just randomly go to some African party. My mom would just randomly call me, my brother, and my sister and be like, "Yup, okay, everybody get ready. We're going to this party. Yup, put your clothes on. Alrighty, let's go. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I hated going to African parties when I was a little kid, because most of the time, they would literally just all be the same. Now, I don't know if all kids went through this whenever they went to parties, but this is how a party would go when I was a kid. So boom, all the adults are downstairs blasting music, dancing, drinking and eating tons of African food, speaking loudly in Benin, and just pretty much having the time of their lives. Meanwhile, all the kids are just upstairs, watching some kid play on a Wii or an Xbox or something. That was it. That's how every African party that I ever went to as a kid went. And that's why I hated going to them so much. Cause it's bro, that's literally what it would be for hours. Just sitting there in silence and staring, because I didn't know a singular person there besides my brother and my sister. But after a while of sitting and staring in silence, something happened that I never imagined would ever happen. All of the kids were called to come downstairs. And at that moment, I'm like, is the party over already? What the? I'm over here thinking we have a whole 6 to 7 hours left, knowing how African people get. So all the kids go downstairs, and the first thing we see when we get down there is a stack of chairs just lined side by side together. Then out of nowhere, one of the adults just say, "All right, come on everybody, all the kids are gonna play musical chairs." If you would have saw the way my eyes lit up in joy, the kids were actually gonna be able to do something. For once, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Boy, I thought I was still upstairs, fast asleep, just dreaming of me manifesting some sort of entertainment. But no, they started blasting some African music, and all the kids started playing. And I'm not even finna lie, I was doing my thing. I don't know what got into me. I honestly think I was trying to put on for my family's name. Because best believe, when that music stopped, I was in a chair, I don't care how. And all I can remember after sitting down in a chair was just watching how foul the other kids did each other. And when I say foul, I mean foul. You would have thought you were watching WWE SmackDown the way these kids were doing each other. Anyway, fast forward a bit, I'm still doing my thing, destroying everybody, and boom, it's the finale. It's me and this girl. And keep in mind, I have no idea who she is. So the music starts, and it's almost insane how locked in I was at this moment. I was over here trying to calculate her velocity. I was trying to pinpoint what location I should be at this specific moment in time. I'm trying to watch the DJ's hand and see when he's gonna press the stop button. All of the adults are watching in suspense. They're over here making side bets "Hey, who you got?" "I don't know, I low-key got the kid in the hat." "What?" "Nah, I got the girl, bruh. She seems like she knows what she's doing, I ain't gonna lie." And for the last time, the music stops. And I just throw myself at the chair. At that moment, I had no other goal in my mind but for my body to be in that chair. Which I did. I successfully got into the chair. But at the same time, the girl was also on the chair. And so we're both just kind of sitting on the chair at the same time. And then she looks over at me. And I look over at her. And it's kind of just a moment where time froze. Nobody was saying anything. Everybody was just silent. Out of nowhere, tell me why this girl punches me square in the nose. Literally nothing on this earth could have prepared me for something like that to happen. She did it so fast too, there was no time for me to try and weave it or anything. Just straight clocked my shit like we was playing Mortal Kombat. After she hits me, my nose just starts gushing out blood, bruh. And I start bawling my eyes out. My mom, my brother, and my sister had to take me to the bathroom to help my nose stop bleeding. And all I can remember at that moment is my sister being pissed, bruh. Like, if my mom and brother weren't trying to calm her down, she legit would have ran up on her and probably did the same thing she did to me ×2. And my sister is like twice her age. And looking back at it now, I don't even think that girl got in trouble. I do think her family ended up talking to my family and was like, oh, I'm sorry. But I don't think I ever got an apology myself. After that whole thing happened, the party just kind of continued like nothing ever happened, which I can't really blame them. But at the same time, it's like, dang, like nobody gonna help me. I was just a little kid, bruh. And ever since then, I never played musical chairs again. Anytime they was playing it in school and they'd be like, hey, you want to join us? I'd be like, no, I'm okay. But yeah, that's pretty much the end. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you would like me to do more videos like this. I'll be glad to do it. And to that girl that punched me, I know you're still out there. Let's just talk. I just really want to talk about it. You know, we were kids after all. We didn't know any better. So, you know, just shoot me a DM so we can have a conversation maybe. Like, I just want to talk. Have you ever been questioned for being a little flamboyant? Maybe you're playing Fortnite, you make an accidental sus call out, and the next thing all you hear is, hey, yo! You know, stuff like that, it happens. It happened to me back in elementary school. Now, before I get into it, let me just clarify one thing. I am a straight man, okay? Not a sprinkle of zest on me. Just felt like I had to confirm that because for some reason, everybody thinks I'm zesty or thinks I act zesty when I really don't. So back in elementary school, I knew this kid named Ethan. Now, me and Ethan, we were locked in. Like, we'd play Xbox together, we would play Bloons Tower Defense, we'd play Five Nights at Freddy's. Anytime our class went to the computer lab, me and him would be sitting together. Like, we was cool, like that was my best friend. And it was also around this time when my parents had gotten me a new phone. Because before I just had a flip phone, and its only use was to call my parents if I needed something. But now I had a lime green iPhone 5C, and having that type of power at that age, I didn't really know what to do. Like, I obviously never had a high-tech phone like this, so just getting it randomly out the blue, I didn't know what to do with it. So one day after school, me and Ethan are just sitting at the front waiting for our parents to come pick us up. And I was a little bored, so I pulled out my phone and I started taking pictures of random things. Like, any random thing that I saw, I just took a picture of. And that included Ethan. So I took a picture of Ethan, and I vividly remember I put this cool black and white filter on the picture. And I remember feeling so accomplished. I was like, yo, Ethan, tell me this ain't a hard picture, bruh. And Ethan was just like, yeah, that is cool, man. Can you delete it now? And so instead of me complying with Ethan and deleting the picture like he said, I made it my wallpaper. Which, looking back at it now, that was pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But bro, you gotta think about it like this. Back then, I didn't know anything about being zesty. The only things that went through my brain at that time were The Binding of Isaac and Rayman. I didn't know nothing about being gay. Nobody taught me about that. So fast forward like a week or so, I still have it as my wallpaper, not questioning it at all. Nothing. I'm sitting with my 3 other classmates at my table, and my teacher tells me I have to go do something in another classroom. I don't exactly remember what I had to do, but I had to leave the classroom to go do something. So I put my phone in my backpack and I leave to go do what I had to do. Then like 10 minutes later, I come back. And you remember the part where I said I put my phone in the backpack? Well, now it was in the hands of 3 other people. And it's the 3 other people that I sat with at my table. And they're all just cackling, chuckling, giggling, and laughing at me. Then I noticed they're just looking at my wallpaper. I'm watching all this unfold. I'm over here panicking like, what? I want to laugh too? Bruh, all the kids in my classroom started frying me. Even kids in the room beside us started peeking in the room and were like, oh nigga, you gay. Literally, what can you possibly do in my situation? I was cornered. I literally couldn't say anything. I had nothing to say. They were making it such a big deal, you would have thought it was being reported live on the news. And now that I'm telling this story again, it made me realize these really went through my backpack and took my phone out of it. Younger me. Why didn't you realize these types of things? Like, bro, if I would have told on them, they probably would have got in trouble. Then I would have been the victor in this situation. Well, not really. Pretty sure a word got around that me and Ethan were some gay couple or something. Because every time somebody would walk past me, they'd start giggling or something. I'm like, dude, what? They'd be like, oh, it's nothing. Like, dude, those next days of school were absolutely terrible, bro. And if I felt bad for anybody, it was Ethan. Because even Ethan was telling me, dude, don't set that as your wallpaper. Please, please change that. And I was like, no, shut up. I'm gonna keep it and you're gonna like it. And now look at me, a nincompoop. People were probably walking up to Ethan and being like, so, you and Shazi, who would have thought? So, how are y'all doing? Y'all doing fine? Anything wrong? What's going on? I know he was probably so sick of it, bruh. So, to those people who took my phone and started, making fun of me for being zesty, apparently, I want to fight. I really want to fight y'all. Just hit me up so we can get this 3v1 boxing match started. And to Ethan, I know you're still out there somewhere. We don't really talk anymore. We haven't talked since elementary school, but you was cool. You was the homie. I miss you. I'm sorry I had to put you through that, I was just a naive little kid. I wasn't listening to nothing you were saying. But hey, it's all love, brother. Love you always.
Bro, what did you just say? You're gay! He's gay!
We've all gotten absolutely cooked by somebody before, right? Maybe by your friends, maybe by your parents, siblings, maybe even your dog. It could be anybody, really. Getting cooked in life is what builds you up into the person that you are today. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a very, very bad thing. Like bad.
Who do they think they are? I've given the best years of my life to this place and they think they can just fire me like that? Like trash? I don't think so.
But sometimes a good thing. Now, as some of y'all may know, I've had my fair share of getting cooked in my life. Like a very, very good share of getting cooked. But something about this one that I'm about to tell just hits a little different. Mainly because of the person who did it. And what had happened because they did it. And where they did it. Let me bring you back to middle school. So back in middle school, I used to ride the bus with a group of friends that lived nearby. One of those friends was named Rodney. Around that time, I think he was a senior while me and my other friends were like freshmen or sophomores. Now, for those of y'all who don't already know the seating arrangements of buses and how they work, let me just give you a quick rundown. You have the front of the bus. People just chilling, quietly conversating with a person nearby, maybe just trying to sleep. It's a pretty chill place. There's nothing wrong with that place at all. You got the middle of the bus. Now, the middle of the bus kind of depends on what school you go to, but for me, it was typically chill. But you can tell they're definitely getting to that bad side because, they talk a lot louder, it's a tad bit annoying, but it's tolerable. It's nothing much. And then you have the back of the bus, which is just Chicago. Like, everything is going on in the back. You got people throwing hands, doing drugs, selling drugs, just hollering for zero reason, and absolutely flaming each other. It's just, it's pure chaos. Now, back then, I would typically dibble-dabble here and there in the middle and the back of the bus, just because I thought it was pretty— well, of course you dibble-dabble in the back of the bus. Get it? Get it? Just because I thought it was pretty funny hearing everybody roast each other in the back. Until it wasn't. So one day it was the end of school and I was in the back of the bus with my friend Rodney and my friend Caden. Now Rodney, he was typically that main one who was sitting in the back. It was like known to just go off on people and everybody would just laugh at the jokes he made. And that's pretty much how this ride was going so far. And Rodney had said something that made pretty much the entire bus laugh, including me. A little bit too loud. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm black. It's a shocker, innit? And for as long as I can remember, my knees have always been black. Like black. I don't know why this happened or how this happened to me. Maybe when I was a baby, I would just crawl and drag my knees all across carpets and floors all day, because I don't know how they turned out like this. Look at them. And the thing is, I wear shorts all the time, so my pure black knees are just always present and looking at someone. So as I'm laughing at them dissing each other, I'm guessing my knees and Rodney made eye contact or something, because out of nowhere I hear, "Hey, nah, look at this dude's knees!" And he proceeds to point at my knees for everyone to stare at. Keep in mind, this is my own friend. We would hang out, play basketball together, just for him to betray me? Like this? As soon as he says that, almost the entire bus turns around just to look at my knees. And they all start crying. Like, I've never heard a bus all simultaneously just start laughing at once until this very moment. And the worst part is I couldn't even say nothing. I had to join in. I was just like, you got me. And the craziest thing to me is after we all got off the bus and we got off at our stop, he was still trying to be cool with me. He was like, nah, chill, bro. I wasn't even trying to diss you, bro. I was joking, bro. Your knee's not even that black. I mean, I was obviously still cool with him, but every time I saw his face, I just thought about what he caused. Every time I got on that bus, it just felt like I had 16 different people looking at my knees at all time. And it was annoying because sometimes people would like expose my knees by lifting my shorts up and just get a good chuckle. But yeah, that's the end. Moral of the story, don't have black knees. If you do, I don't know, cut them off or something like that. And never trust your friends. They'll backstab you. They don't really like you for real. I heard they want to kill you. They're planning on killing you right now. They're just a pawn in their game. Don't ever trust. I'm just playing. Love all your friends. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Brain rot. Something that has existed a very, very long time now. Going as far back as to 2013 to 2016 when MLG clips and YouTube poops were booming on YouTube. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely indulged in MLG clips and YouTube poops when I was younger. I'm sure most of y'all out there probably did too. And thinking about it, some of them were actually pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. So can someone tell me how we went from MLG clips and YouTube poop to shit like this?
What the skibbity? I think I like this sussy baka. What the sigma? Bro, what the fuck?
Now, I've been ashamed of the human race since I was still in my mother's womb, but my disappointment has never been higher until now. Let's just talk about this current stage of brain rot. We have Netspend Chicken Nuggets collabing with Nico Cotto Avocado talking about drank. We have various food items talking about good. Bro, you know what they say. There is a literal 20-part compilation of this with 1 million views. Who is this? Like, I just don't understand. Like, who makes these videos and who are they making them for? It has to be little kids. Like, I can't see it being made for 25-year-old adults. There are actual brain rot quizzes online, but not only regular quizzes, AP. They're treating this like it's school.
Can you pass the AP brain rot exam? Send this to a friend and lock the in.
And clearly people take this very seriously because look at these comments. Look at these comments. Actually, Baby Gronk was the one who raised up Libby, not the other way around. And it wasn't in Ohio, it was in LSU. This dude studied the entire brain rot lore. 6 out of 6. Do I get a free ride to Mogging University? Like, oh my gosh, bro, what do y'all be talking about? Some of these people actually do be disappointed in themselves whenever they do pass these tests though. But moving on from the brain rot videos and onto the brain rot slang. I absolutely despise the brain rot slang. We got skibbity toilet, sigma, what the flip, alpha, phantom tax, riz, what the skibbity sigma, rizzler on an edging streak with a fat yacht. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where? Like, just how did this happen? Why? And the worst thing about it is there are people who make saying stuff like this their whole personality, and I hate it. I hate it! You can't even have a normal conversation without them spouting that bullshit. Yeah, so I broke my leg the other day and it hurt really bad. I don't know.
What the sigma? That's so not skibbity toilet.
Like, it's not funny. It's not funny. Please, just please stop saying stuff like that. Please. I will single-handedly pay anybody who says stuff like that to just stop. Please. You know what? I'm finna formulate a team who goes around and just purges all brain-rotted individuals so we can somewhat cure this terrible world. Because if nobody else is gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now. And who's with me? If you want to join me in destroying brain rot, just I don't know, leave a like, subscribe, and see me in the next video. Thank you. I don't know. Alright, before y'all pull out y'all's pitchforks and knives, just let me explain real quick, okay? Now, as you can see from the title of this video, I don't particularly like cats. And I've felt this way about cats for as long as I can remember. But you know what animals I do like? Dogs. I like dogs a lot. In every aspect, dogs are just better. It's statistically proven. Dogs are quite literally called a man's best friend. What titles do cats have? None. Because they suck! Alright, let me calm down. I don't know though, they just seem so malicious and filled with hate for no reason. A prime example of this is Looney Tunes with that dirty stink booty funk ass cat. Bro was always on some BS trying to murder Tweety Bird. Like, what did bro even do to deserve that? Like, one second a cat can be all cute, you know, they're just sitting there purring, oh, so cute. Then the next second, while you're petting them, they start clawing up your hand. And why does it seem like cats only really care for themselves? Like, I feel like you can be getting robbed by somebody and your cat will just sit there and watch. Or better yet, that little nigga might try and jump in and start robbing you too. Someone help! If only there was an animal that could jump in and maybe pounce on him or start clawing him up to pieces like my cat does to me. Oh, pumpernickel, yes, please No type of appreciation when you do stuff for them. They don't come up to you when you call for them. They don't even come up to you when you enter the house after a long day. They just look at you, roll their eyes, and then go straight back to sleep. Say hi to me, bruh. Like, where's the love at? You don't pay any kind of bills, you don't go to work, nothing. You can't show me a little bit of love. I feel like having a cat is being the parent to an angsty child who just eyes you, ignores you, and disrespects the f out of you, when all you want to do is take care of them. Hi, Coco, I brought you some catnip. I genuinely have to applaud all cat owners out there who have the strength and the patience to take care of a cat. But you know what's crazy? People really be having a house filled with cats. Like, imagine having to deal with multiple badass felines hissing at you while you try to feed them, not listening to a word you say, and having your house smell like shit because they all have to poop in a litter box. A litter box. Do you know how nasty that is, bruh? Dropping bombs on some litter indoors. At least take that shit outside. Did that hit or not? Those crazy obsessed cat people who do have billions of cats low-key have to be the strongest humans on earth, because I don't know how they could do that. Now I know why they look like this. I feel like even having to take care of one cat will just have somebody feeling so defeated inside. Now, I already know some of y'all cat lovers out there are probably at y'all's computers or phones typing a fat paragraph in the comments talking about some, actually, Shazzy, not all cats are the same. Some cats are actually much nicer and calmer than others. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to get your facts straight. How are you gonna hate cats? Shh, just listen, just listen. Another thing is, I don't understand why when you tell somebody that you don't like cats, they get so mad at you. It's not the end of the world, I just don't like them. I feel like cat lovers feel like it's their prerogative to spread the word of cats, and when they find somebody who doesn't like them, they need to exterminate them. It's not even like I'm saying I hate cats. There actually are some cool cats out there, like Gumball, you know, Garfield's kind of cool, Puss in Boots, Felix. You know, like, there are some cool cats out there, but never in my life will I be tempted to buy one, ever. You know, it's funny actually, I've never actually really interacted with the cat before in real life. Only dogs. I've only interacted with dogs, not cats. Ain't that funny? How many of y'all out there had a pet fish when y'all were younger? Probably most of y'all watching this video. I feel like having a fish as a kid was an essential part of life. They're just a pretty calm pet for a kid to have. And it teaches them how to be responsible. You know, you gotta clean the water, feed them. It's a piece of cake, right? So back in elementary school, our school would have these random little events where kids can like go in and buy a ton of random stuff that a kid would like. It was pretty much like a book fair, except with like random novelty items as well. Now, when I was a kid, I had no type of money, so it was pointless to even think of going to one of those types of events unless I legit got on my knees and begged my parents for money. I'd have to set up entire PowerPoint presentations explaining why they should consider giving me $20 so I can go buy a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, a SpongeBob pen, and one of those stretchy glove things that got stuck to the walls and got dirty and covered in hair in less than 20 minutes. And now that I'm really thinking about it, they were really scamming us kids with those prices for some of these items. One of those multicolored pens would cost like $10 just for it to break in 10 minutes. Got me feeling like a whole idiot when I get to the last period and got nothing to flex. But anyway, they were hosting one of these events again, and luckily this time I actually had... Did I just whistle with my damn teeth? What was that? Luckily this time I actually had money, and they were selling even more stuff than usual. Like a lot more stuff. And one of those new things being sold were goldfish. Not the snack that smiles back. Actual living goldfish, which, hold on. Isn't selling fish at school kind of crazy? Like, now that I'm actually sitting here and processing everything, that doesn't seem very smart, like, at all. Like, I feel like they should have had it be like, if you're gonna buy a fish, you need to like have your parent or guardian there while you buy it. Because what if your parents don't want you having one? All of a sudden, they just see their kid come home with a whole pet fish. I don't know how they got away with that, but anyway. So as I'm looking around, I see the goldfish. And in my little kid brain, I'm thinking, I never had a pet before. It's just a little fish. And I mean, I have the money, like I might as well spend it. I don't really think I want to read Captain Underpants anymore. I didn't even think about it. I just instantly bought one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what I named him, so we're just gonna call him Schmunk. Like I said before, I've never had a pet before, so 10 minutes into having him, I felt the deepest connection with him. Once I got home with Schmunk, I would legit just sit there and watch him swim around in his little cup that he came in for hours. I can only imagine what that looked like from his POV. I was having the time of my life watching him. But you remember the part in the beginning of the video where I said having a fish is good because it teaches kids how to be responsible and all that? Oh boy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a very, very dumb child. Like, it's kind of concerning how dumb I was at times. It's like when I was born, some of the brain cells that have common sense in them were kind of just removed from my skull. And having a fish did not make me use any more neurons in my brain. After a while of watching Schmunk swim around, I decided it was probably time to feed him. Now, I didn't have any kind of fish food because when I bought him at the event at school, they didn't really tell me I was supposed to get any. I didn't know. I don't even think the event had any fish food. So as I was looking around for something to feed Schmunk, I landed on bread, okay? I landed on bread. Which, in fact, you're actually not supposed to give a fish, apparently. Look, bro, I didn't know any better. What was I supposed to feed him? Cocoa Pebbles? I ended up giving Schmunk like 2 small bits of bread and called it a day, thinking I was just an absolute genius. And that night, I remember leaving him on top of the microwave before going up to my room to sleep. I gave him a little smooch and went upstairs. Then boom, it's the next morning. I was getting ready to go to school and I was super excited to see Schmunk. I run downstairs and he's gone. He wasn't on the microwave anymore. So at first, I'm like, okay, maybe one of my parents moved him somewhere else. When I tell you I spent the next hour or so just looking around for Schmunk, I even checked in the backyard. What business does a fish have in the backyard? And guess what? Nothing. I found nothing. He just completely vanished without a trace. And my heart was completely shattered, bruh. I legit thought bro wasn't feeling me and just decided to leave me. Had me feeling like SpongeBob looking for Gary in that one episode. I spent that whole day at school just in my feelings thinking about Schmunk, hoping that I would randomly see him in the halls and we would be reunited again. But of course, it never happened. I never saw him again. Ever. But what's funny is I low-key forgot that this happened until it randomly popped up in my brain while I was laying down. And after thinking about it, I low-key think Schmunk died. And my parents must have saw his body and then got rid of him before I did. Or he actually did leave. It's kind of crazy to think about it, because whenever I was a little kid, I fully believed he just walked out on me. I didn't have a singular thought in my brain that he had died, after only feeding him 2 little pieces of breadcrumbs. I'm so ashamed of myself. Schmunk was the only pet I ever had, and I know pet fish usually don't last that long since they typically don't have like a long lifespan. But bro didn't even last a full day. I'm done thinking about this. If you want to pay respects to Schmunk, just leave a like on the video and subscribe. Is that messed up? My fault, Schmunk. Yeah! Man, oh man. Growing up as a Nigerian is not for the weak. You gotta have really tough skin to get through all those years of your life. I'm surprised I even made out alive. I'm kinda glad that I had the opportunity to go to school as an African because it really showed me that niggas are truly cruel. You could be having a great conversation with a group of people and then you tell them that you're African and boom, all of a sudden the whole pace of the conversation just switches. Now all of a sudden you're in a Call of Duty lobby fighting for your life. Wait, you're African? Yeah?
Hey, nah, I knew I smelled something. Wait, where's your zebra that you wrote here? Hey, you want some goat meat, T'Challa?
And just when you thought they couldn't get any more ammunition back then, Ebola drops. Now you got everybody cowering in fear because they think that you're the whole embodiment of the virus. Now luckily at the schools that I would go to, there would typically be a lot of Africans there, which I ended up becoming good friends with, just because I was not finna go through all that on my own. We had to stick together, which ended up getting us cooked even more because now people were like, hey look, it's the African tribe! Wait, look, hold on. As well as being African, I also had a father who thought the idea of just having a bald fade for my main haircut was always just the best idea, literally every time, which only made my situation even worse. And then you got the people who don't know how to say your name or your last name. They act like trying to read your first or last name is like trying to decode a forbidden voodoo language from 200 BC. Now, my first name is pretty normal, but my last name, oh my god, my last name. That right there is where people get stuck. Alright, Mikey, here. Danny, present. Sarah, there, I saw you earlier. Shazi, what the here, bruh, here. Like, why did you even bother trying to say my last name? You really didn't have to do that. You didn't even say their last names. If you know that you don't know how to say it, then just don't even attempt. You could have just said the first letter or something. Now both of us look kind of stupid, don't you think? You just trying to embarrass me, huh? You think this is funny? You think this is a game? Man, f you! In another one of my videos, I had mentioned this, but growing up as an African also meant going to so many parties, bruh. Almost every week, my mom would have a party on schedule that me and my siblings had to go to. Couldn't even say no. Which was honestly a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Because we got to eat some amazing African food. But that's about it, honestly. Everything else was just kind of meh. Like, as a kid, nothing really happened at African parties. We were just kind of... No. While on the topic of African food, pretty frequently my parents buy a ton of African food like jollof rice, you know, fish, beef, vegetable soup and all that. And let me tell you, African food is on top. I don't care what anybody says to me. Well, at least when the food doesn't smell like deer ankles and raccoon kangles. I don't know why sometimes when people be cooking African food, it just smells like straight toxins and concoctions is being made. I don't understand it. And don't even get me started on when people would come to my African house and get hungry. They would really look at it like it's just mush and just filth. We'd barely have anything else to eat, so I'd try offering them the African food and they'd be like, well, okay, if you say so. Meanwhile, as I'm demolishing my plate, I take a look at them and they're taking the littlest bits and nibbles of food. They don't even end up finishing the plate, which I'm not finna get mad at them for, but they just don't get it. They just don't get it. But yeah, overall, being African is pretty fire, you know? I definitely recommend giving it a shot. Even though this entire video was low-key about me getting flamed for being African, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10 on Yelp. As well as give it a... Bro, shut up! Anybody else out there the youngest sibling in their family? It's quite the experience, huh? Also, before the video starts, I've heard the countless cries and screams in the comments. Bring the beanie back! Petition to bring back the old beanie, which got 207 likes. Bro, I want the spider back. Bring back the old Why did you remove the hat? It's supposed to be a joke. Please bring the hat back. Bring it back or you gay. For real. We missed the beanie. Please bring it back. Look at your name. So you know what? You know, I kind of like this hat better. I can never draw the other one for some reason. But anyways. So I have an older sister and an older brother. Then there's me, I'm baby bro. There's like a 10-year age gap between my siblings and me. And according to my sister, my parents were always busy and barely at the house. So it was up to my sister to make sure I didn't, you know, die. In her words, she raised me herself pretty much. The many misconceptions on being the youngest in the family is, oh, you must have lived such a luxurious life with no problems. Oh, you must have been so spoiled. Please stop speaking. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I was getting mistreated 24/7. It was really the opposite. We were low-key a dynamic trio, but there were definitely days here and there where I had to go into my room and just... The constant not getting taken seriously, the constant comparisons between me and my siblings from my parents, which still happens till today, and the constant getting laughed at. That was the biggest thing with me. They would always be cackling at me for something when I was being 100% serious. Especially from my brother. Me and this man were rivals because he was always laughing at me the most. We'd play 2K, he'd destroy my dumb. I'm fighting back tears and he's in tears. We'd play fight, he'd drop me dead on my skull. I'm dead and he's dying. I remember it was the beginning of a new year in elementary school and both my brother and my sister were helping me with some homework. It was a little introduction of yourself to the teacher, you know, talking about your favorite color, what you like to do, etc. And on it, the teacher put a box where you can draw yourself to show what you look like in your own eyes. Now, I don't have the actual drawing with me, but I vividly remember what it looks like in my head, so. It looked a little something like this, bruh. And when I tell you my brother was in tears, imagine how I felt at the age of like 9, pouring my heart and soul into this self-portrait and getting absolutely clowned. By my older brother at that. My sister was trying her best to defend it, but I know deep down she low-key wanted to bust out laughing just like him. I can't even blame him, bro. Like, look at this. I remember growing up praying that one day I would wake up with a younger sibling, just so I could know what it's like to be older. Then I'd be the one that gets to laugh at them whenever they didn't know how to solve 2 times 8. But aside from all the little things like that, my siblings were also like my own personal bodyguards at times, which I guess is kind of expected, I guess. I don't know. Like, they were ready to go to war for me. They wouldn't let anybody talk down on me. Like this one time when my friend Olamide at church wouldn't stop slapping the dog shit out of me. Don't even ask me why he was doing that. I genuinely couldn't even give you a response. And I wasn't fighting back for some reason. I don't know why I was just letting bro do me like that. But one time my brother saw it. He walked up to us and he slapped the taste out his mouth. After that, Olamide just sat there and I don't even think he said a word the entire rest of the service. In that aspect, being the youngest was fire. But at the same time, there are also a lot of bad aspects, like starting to see your siblings less and less. You know, them moving out of the house, going to college, working. It was really hard to adjust to the fact that I wasn't going to be able to hang out with my siblings very often, considering the fact that at that age, they were kind of my best friends. Nowadays, I only see them whenever they come to the house to pick up something, or if it's like a holiday. And even then, it's just like it was back then. You know, we joke around with each other and dilly-dally and just talk about the most random things possible. And it reminds me that at the end of the day, no matter the distance or the time spent away from them, I'll always love and care for them. Alright, that's the video. Who else out there is the youngest sibling? Maybe even the middle child? Or maybe even the oldest? Let me know in the comments. Share some of your experiences. And if you liked the video, try giving it a like and maybe subscribing. Alright. I don't know how to end videos. I like it. Bye! Alright, so I've been logged in going to the gym consistently since the beginning of the year, trying to get built for the winter arc. And you know what comes with going to the gym. A little cardio, a little weightlifting, a little soreness, a lot of soreness, and a lot of pet peeves. Well, at least with me they do, because I get annoyed easily at a lot of things. So let's talk about some of them. Pet peeve number 1, people who just stare at you while you're working out. Now, people staring at me, period, is already a huge pet peeve of mine. Like a huge one. But it's like amplified times 20 whenever I'm at the gym. Cause it's like, what could you possibly be looking at me for? I'm all tired, sweat dripping into my eyes and off my face, on the brink of extinction. Then to add on to my despair, I look off into the distance and see some random dude just staring at me. Like, do you want to kiss me or something? Are you judging me? There's this one bald-headed, gray-bearded, blue shirt-wearing black guy who goes to my gym. And on everything I love, it's like he's attached to me or something. Because every time I see him, he never breaks eye contact with me. And it's so annoying. I hate that guy. If you're watching this video and it's you, fuck you. Sorry, I ain't mean that. You're not watching this video though. You're probably like in your 50s. No person in their 50s is watching a Shazi video. BFFR. The only time I even look at people whenever I'm working out is like after I finish a set and I'm just kind of looking around for some motivation, I guess. So maybe I can understand it in that case, but it's still like, man, just stop. Stop looking at Pet peeve number 2, when people don't wipe down their equipment after using it. Now, I'm not a huge germaphobe or anything like that, but when I see people use the treadmill or weights and right after they finish, they just walk away without wiping it down, it's like, ew. Like you're literally leaving your sweaty, disgusting grip on the handle, spreading your germs, bacteria, and funk for the rest of us. The only time I can understand not wiping equipment is if you use the treadmill and don't touch the handles or the sides, I guess. I wipe down my equipment before and after use, so I guess it really doesn't matter, but it's still like, it takes 3 seconds. Just do it. No. Pet peeve number 3. When people choose to get on the treadmill directly beside me instead of the multitude of other options. So at my gym, I usually work out upstairs because there's typically less people up there, and I always start off with cardio. So I get on the treadmills at the back of the gym, and the amount of times of course you get on the treadmills at the back! And the amount of times someone has gotten on the treadmill right beside me is actually mind-boggling. Like, why? I can understand it if it's like a packed day and there's no spots open. Like, at that point, you just gotta do what you gotta do. I get it. But when there's 12 open spots in the front and like 7 open spots in the back, why choose to get on the one right next to me? I legit feel bad whenever I have to get on the treadmill that's right next to somebody. I don't even know why. Does anybody else who works out feel that way too, or is it just me? I will try everything in my power to make sure I don't get on the treadmill that's next to someone. But of course, when it's my luck, that never happens to me. Like, move, bro! Politely, of course. Pet peeve number 4. People who hog 2 or more machines at the same time. I understand that you're trying to get some gains, but you don't think you're doing a little too much by doing this? Hey. Whew, sorry. I'm already on this machine. Oh, okay, sorry. Hey! Don't you even think about it, Nick. Do you not see that I'm already on that? Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to GTFO. I'm on that already. It's like, bro, what are you training for? Dude taking this winter arc hoopla way too serious. Pet peeve number 5. People who don't know how to put the right dumbbells on the right rack. Now, this is just people being ignorant, because why is there a 95-pound dumbbell where the 30s are? If somebody wasn't paying attention and was trying to grab from the 30s, their arms would fall off. And every time I see a dumbbell on the wrong rack, I can just picture the person who did it with the biggest grin on their face, and it makes me so mad. Little mischievous scoundrels, bro. And since we're on the topic of mischievous scoundrels, can we talk about those people who leave every weight machine on the highest weight just to be funny, just for little hee ha-has? If you're one of those people who do that, I just want you to know that I genuinely wish nothing but the worst for you. And I'm also on my way. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to rant a little bit. Who else out there has some gym pet peeves if you go? Or just any pet peeves about working out? Let me know. I probably have a lot more pet peeves for the gym or just in general, so let me know if I should make a part 2 of this or just a video about my regular pet peeves. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Finally, a somewhat decent outro. Today, we lay the spider hat to rest. If you saw my last few community posts, you know I've been planning on doing this. I know I just brought it back, but I'm indecisive, and I kind of just don't like it anymore. It just looks too goofy, bro. Look at it. And I already know what y'all are gonna say in the comments. Bring back the spider, we missed the spider. Just let it go. It's time to let it rest. It won't be coming back. Moment of silence. All right. Also, I know the blue and peach hat won in the poll I did, but after reading some of the comments, I just chose this one because I was not trying to be known as a black Stan Marsh. So you made it to the end of the video. Well, first off, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. And thank you for all the support that y'all have shown to the channel this year. This channel skyrocketed this year, and I'm genuinely shocked and very appreciative for every last one of y'all, whether you're new or old to the channel. And second, I don't know. I didn't want the video to just end after the last one, so instead, I'm gonna just ask y'all for some help. If you're seeing this, in the comments, can y'all recommend me some animes to watch? Like, I really want to get into anime, but anytime I tried watching this year, I just gave up. Like, I tried watching JJK. But I'm willing to try it again. So in the comments, just leave some anime recommendations and I'll try watching some of them. Appreciate it. All right, peace.